In today's ASMR one card pull video, I have pulled a card from the black edition of the Embroidered Graveyard. So let's go ahead and see what we have today. We have Absolute Protection number 1. I love this deck. It's one of my absolute favorite decks. It's Absolute Protection. And it's absolutely one of my favorite decks. The elements come together in a 5-pointed star to protect the reader. Ivy creeps over the branches, and autumn leaves dance in chilly winds. A correspondence of each element, a crystal for earth, feather for air, candle for fire, and rainwater for water, can be seen hanging from glittering spider thread. In the center hangs a raven skull to symbolize the element of spirit, and garden sage blossoms below to create complete and absolute protection on all levels. Spirit Communing. This card, like all spell cards in this deck, can be removed and placed somewhere visible to protect you on your cartomancy adventures, especially if you are communing with spirits. Place on your altar or in the center of the reading to activate the card's spell and reap the protective qualities of this card. For an extra spark of magic, envision golden light which you call on your deity of choice, or the universe in general. Remember, you can always choose to customize this deck so it serves your work in the most effective way. If you choose to keep this card in the deck and it appears alongside a spirit card when drawn in a reading, then a spirit is close by and protecting you. You could thank them by using the ancestor honoring ritual. Introspection. Of course, if you decide you don't want to use the deck to communicate with spirits and ancestors, and instead choose to divine classically or for introspection, you can leave this card in your deck. If it comes to you in a reading, then it's saying you are being divinely protected right now. You do not need to fear or to be on high alert. Just know that your guides, the universe, and the deities you work with are by you now. This card can be a gentle reminder to revisit your boundaries, be they physical, mental, emotional, magical, or other, and assess how they are working for you. Remember that boundaries can be flexible, but only you have the power to bend them. There are a few things that jump out at me in this particular card. One is that very last sentence. Remember that boundaries can be flexible, but only you have the power to bend them. Because I think it is important that we remember that, we talk a lot these days about setting boundaries, but boundaries don't have to be like ironclad. Maybe right now you can only handle a certain thing with a certain person, let's say, so you need a certain boundary. But maybe over time you develop more capacity, for closeness or something, and you have the power to change that. It's your decision. Another thing that jumped out at me is, I don't know how much I believe in things like, I guess I do in some ways kind of believe in spirit communing, maybe not in like, I don't know. I come too much from like a sciencey background that sometimes like it's hard for me to let that go. But at the same time, like, I talk to like dead people that I know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean that in a creepy way. I mean like, grandparents and close family members who've passed, ask them for help or I even made like a little thing in this room that I'm in, that has a few small objects from each of those people who have passed, and just so there's always a reminder, when I look up, it's always there. And even a couple people that haven't passed, like family. But so this actually, what jumped out at me was thinking, this is one of my favorite decks, and I actually have 2 copies. I have this and I have the white copy, but the black one I especially like. And usually I try to really like keep my decks not, like a lot of them are indie decks. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to keep them as, even if I use them like as pristine as possible. I'm a little more, even though it's one of my favorite decks, indie decks, and even though it's kind of expensive, I'm just like a little bit like whatever, I like it so much, I'm just gonna use it. But anyway, the point is that it might be something I want to keep out instead of, I have a lot of times a little bag that I keep in my like purse, and instead maybe put it near that little it's a thing that hangs on the wall, so put it near where all that stuff is so I can see it. It's a reminder, and it might be a good reminder to pull a card, especially when maybe I'm thinking about, you know, my granny, my mima, my uncle, my papa, all those kind of things. Yeah, so, you know, like, I guess what I say when I don't know how to believe about certain things is like, I don't know how much of that's like, I don't know what we mean when we say that's real. You know, do we mean it's sort of real in our hearts? Do we mean like this, their spirits actually get in the room, almost like a ghost? But I also don't know that it matters. And I feel like I've believed different things, different situations, you know, like in my dreams, if one of them comes to me, sometimes I know that they're like a metaphor for something, and sometimes it actually feels like it's really them. So, so anyway, yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up putting this version of the deck over there with my, yeah, over there with my stuff. So anyway, that's just something that struck me today when I was looking, when I read this for y'all. So, or I guess for us, it's as much for me as it is anybody else. So I hope it was helpful for you as well, and I hope to see you again soon.